stamina, I mean energy to carry on with your daily activities and, as we all would like, get intimate with your spouse. To dissect the issue here with me is Dr. Na Ashali Ashite, who is a chiropractor and the CEO of Nova Wellness Center. Hello, doctor.
Hi,
Welcome to
Gloria.
the show.
Thank you for having me.
We are sorry for the delay. We're supposed to start at 10:30, but due to unforeseen circumstances, we couldn't start as scheduled. Also, I am sorry to announce that our guest, William Oforiata, that is Flash Kick, won't be able to join us this time around. Unfortunately, he lost his father and had to travel to his hometown so he could attend to the family. We are sorry for that, but he would be phoning in as and when he's needed. Okay. Doc, welcome to the show once again.
Thank you very much.
We are looking at exercise and massage and chiropractic. So tell us, what really is the essence of exercise, massage, and chiropractic to our daily lives?
So the three things are all different. They are very important. They all have their significance in our daily lives. And I think that we should all try and keep it in our health routines, all three things. So there are different types of exercise, and it's good to combine all the different types. There's what we call the stretching exercises, there's functional exercises, there's cardio exercises as well. So as part of your daily routine, it's good to mix these exercises up because they all have their varying importance. And then we also have massage therapy, which focuses on the soft tissue of your body. You know, as we go about our daily activities, how we sit, how we sleep, it affects our muscles. And so massage therapy helps to relax those muscles and also alleviates pain. Then we have chiropractic, which focuses on the spine. We hear people talking about, I'm going for an adjustment, I'm going for a chiropractic adjustment. It simply means they are going to have their spine realigned. That's what it means, because as you use your phone, as you use your computer, as you sit, the spine can sometimes go out of alignment. So a chiropractic adjustment helps to realign the spine so that your entire body functions better. So in a nutshell, that's what the three different things are. And when you do all of them as part of your daily routine or your health routine, it will help to give you a more productive life. It will help reduce pain. It will help you be more productive.
So is it possible to substitute one for the other? Do we really need all three?
You may not need all three. Everybody is different as far as their daily activities are concerned. So you may not need all three all the time, but I would highly recommend that at any point in time you're doing some of these things to help with your own wellness life. Yes.
How often would you recommend as a professional to do especially chiropractic or massage?
So what I recommend is that for everybody, you can have a chiropractic evaluation done at least once a year. You know, as we work, we sit for long, poor posture, our furniture may not be good enough. Some people have accidents, falls, injuries. And so these things can affect your spine. So once a year, as you do your other medical checks, you can also have your spine checked so that if there's any problem, then it's seen quickly and worked on. As far as massage, some people do it once a month, some people do it weekly. It really depends on your daily activities and how frequently you would need it. And then exercise. Exercise is something, just as you brush your teeth every morning, you should have some form of exercise going on throughout your week. It could be once or twice a week. It could be 3 times a week. I think the recommendation per WHO is, I think, 30 minutes, a minimum of 3 times a week is what they recommend or something. Don't quote me there. But
WHO, that
yes,
is World Health Organization.
yes, yes.
Okay. Sorry to I wanted to remind our viewers that we are live on YouTube at Graphic Online TV. We are also live on Facebook at Daily Graphic Ghana, and also on X Twitter at Daily Graphic Ghana. Also, you will find the Mirror newspaper on Facebook as well. Please do make it a point to tune in. Okay, so Doc, you know there are different types of massages, and I know that is one of your specialty at Nova Wellness Center. Um, Deep tissue massage, for instance, is it? I don't know, but is it something that is so different from the other types of massages? If you would recommend someone going for a massage, which one would you opt for? Would you want them to do?
Okay. So, as far as massage therapy, first of all, before you get a massage, you have to be evaluated. Why are you having the massage? Have you had it before? What conditions do you have? All those things need to be checked first. I won't recommend that you just get up and go that you need a massage. Even your blood pressure has to be checked. So once all those things are done, the therapist would determine what will suit you depending on what conditions you have. For instance, if you haven't had a massage therapy before, the therapist would likely do what we call a Swedish massage,
Oh, okay.
which is more of a light stroke massage. So that doesn't go in too deep, because if you haven't had it before, it may be uncomfortable to do a deep tissue massage. So for the first time, a massage therapist will probably recommend Swedish, which is light for you.
Which one is the Swedish?
So the Swedish is the light massage.
So
They don't go in too deep.
just on the surface.
You know, there are 5 layers of muscles on everybody. A deep tissue massage, you're going in as deeply as possible to get the muscles to relax. But when you're getting a Swedish massage, that one, it won't be as firm or as deep. It will be more light to help more of the surface muscles relax. So if you haven't had a massage before, the therapist will probably do a Swedish, and then as you get used to it, they could progress to a deep tissue massage.
Oh, okay. Is it true that deep tissue massage helps release stored emotions? You know, like you are feeling so down, your heart is broken, some guy or lady has broken your heart into a million pieces. Would you, if I should come for a deep tissue massage, would it help me in some way forget my worries or traumas?
I don't know about forgetting the worries and trauma, but what I can say is that a massage may help release what we call happy hormones.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so as you do the massage and your body releases those happy hormones, it may make you feel quote unquote happier, or it may reduce the stress you feel. However, I can't say on authority that it will take away the worries and the problems, but because of those happy hormones, you know, when something funny happens and you laugh, instantly your body releases happy hormones. So something similar may be happening when you get a massage, but it may not necessarily mean that the problems or the troubles have been taken away.
Okay. I want to look at this.
The spine.
This is the spine, right?
Yes.
Okay. Doc, what role does this play in the human body, and why is it so important for us to take care of it? Or
okay, so your spine is your body's framework or structural framework. So the brain sits at the top of the spine. We have
what is the one at the top? Is that the brain cap?
So this is the skull.
The skull. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, exactly. So this is your skull. And then it's followed by all the spinal bones from the top all the way to the waistline. Now, inside the spine is the spinal cord. Okay, so if you can see the yellow thing here inside is the spinal cord. And then the yellow things you see on the side here represent the nerves. So the spine is extremely important because it houses what we call the nervous system. And the nervous system is what makes us work. It's your body's what we call CPU, central processing unit. So if you don't take care of your spine, the nervous system, which is inside, can be affected, and that can affect different daily activities as well. And that's why we always recommend that you have your spine checked, so that if there's any problem, if there's any spinal bones that are out of place, we can correct it with a spinal adjustment, with spinal decompression, with exercises, and so on and so forth, so that your nervous system is enhanced and can function better.
Is this the hip bone?
So this is what we call the pelvic bone.
Pelvic bone.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So all of this is called the pelvic bone, and a part of the pelvic bone is the hip bone. So the hip bone sits right here inside the pelvic bone.
Oh, okay. So we would want to delve into a more personal or intimate aspect when it comes to massage, chiropractic, and exercise.
Okay.
I want to know, does being, going through all this process massage and all that, does it in any way help in having better intimacy, if for couples?
Okay. So if you are in pain, it can affect all aspects of your life. It could be work, it could be family, it could be anything. So what we do, whether it's adjustments or massage, helps to relieve pain a lot of the time. So yes, if you're having pain and you receive an adjustment or you get a massage and that pain is relieved, it will ultimately make your sexual interactions better, because it's difficult to be intimate if you're struggling and if you have pain. So yes, I believe that getting some of these things done can improve your sex life, because if you're not uncomfortable or if you are not in pain, then you may be a better partner, or you may be able to do what you have to do with more ease.
A massage, for instance, you can do it yourself. Can you do it yourself at home? That's the first question. That's
yourself or for your partner?
For your partner.
Yeah,
that can be done, right?
Yeah, there's what we call sensual massage. So that is different from what we don't do sensual massage at Nova Wellness Center, by the way. So if you are with your partner and you want to have what we call a sensual massage, yes, there are certain spots or parts of the body.
Can you mention some of them?
Oh, I know
generally
everybody will be different in the areas where it's erotic for them. Okay, so for some people it may be their neck, for some people it will be the upper back, for some people it will be the waistline. But yes, there are types of sensual massages where the type of strokes that you use may cause a certain pleasure for the other person, which yes, may aid in whatever sexual interaction is happening. So yeah.
Would you say it could be a substitute for foreplay?
It could.
Okay. As a massage therapist,
I'm not a massage therapist.
Hey, sorry. As someone who has a bit of knowledge in massage, what are some things that we can also do ourselves to improve our stamina in everyday life, going about it?
So exercise, if you want to improve your stamina, if that's what you're looking to do, exercise is probably one of the best things. Cardiovascular exercise, so that is running, jogging, skipping, jumping, all those things that, would get your heart rate high. Those things would help you improve your stamina. But it doesn't just happen, it has to happen over time. You would have to do these exercises to really improve your circulation, to build up endurance and all of that before you can get that increased stamina. So it's a process that you would have to go through.
Okay. In your career as a chiropractor, especially here in Ghana, are there some myth or certain things that you've heard that you feel need to be addressed?
Oh yeah, there are some myths. First one is that we break bones. We don't break bones. There are some noises that you may hear when you're having a chiropractic adjustment. It's air bubbles. When you crack your knuckles, the noises you hear.
Those
you
are
don't,
air bubbles.
Yes, you don't break your knuckles when you crack them. So yes, that is one of the myths that no, we don't break any bones. If we did, we wouldn't have career still. So what you hear is air bubbles in the joint. So as you breathe in and out, some of the air bubbles get stuck, whether it's in the neck or the back. So we call it cavitation. So when we perform the chiropractic adjustments and you hear that noise, it's cavitation, and that's one of the myths. Another myth is once you start getting chiropractic adjustments, you can't stop. That's also not true. Chiropractic, I always say, is more like a lifestyle. Just as you should you brush your teeth every day, but you should still visit the dentist at least every 6 months or so to clean your teeth, to make sure everything is coming out nicely. In the same way, you need to take care of your spine. So once you have a problem and you treat it periodically, you can go in and have a tune-up. But
you can have a
tune-up
to
make sure that everything is properly aligned. But there is a myth that once you start, you can't stop. So the other thing is people say it's expensive. That's also a myth. It's not expensive.
So when you say it's not expensive, it could also be relative to everyone.
Absolutely.
In what range,
Everybody is different. Some people need a 1-month treatment. Some people need 3 months. It depends on your age, what condition you have. All those things would determine. At Nova Wellness Center, we have a variety of services. We have the chiropractic care. We have a spa where we do the massage. We do spinal decompression. We do regenerative medicine with PRP. So we're able to meet people where they are, depending on what is going on. And we're able to customize treatment plans for everybody to make it affordable for them.
This is an old tradition, but sometimes we say we cheer we are. No one will be we cheer mouth. You see, as a chiropractor, what do you think about that practice? Do you think does it really affect us? Does it really work?
So thanks for bringing this up because it's very important. I always like to talk about this. Unfortunately, it's a bad tradition that most of us have gone through, either being the stepper or the steppee. So yes, it's a bad habit. Unfortunately, I've seen people whose backs have been stepped on, and then after they cannot get up, and then they are sent to me after the fact. So I don't recommend it because as you are stepping on that elderly person, you have no idea what's going on in their spine. Usually it's the elderly that we do this to. Sometimes they have arthritis.
Yeah.
So their bones are already weak. You go and step on somebody and break the bone. Sometimes they have different conditions. There's scoliosis, there's hyperkyphosis. There's so many things that...
Hyperkyphosis.
Yes, that's like somebody who has a hunchback.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So and the other one you mentioned?
Scoliosis. That's when you have a crooked spine.
Okay.
So with these spinal conditions, you don't know when you're stepping on their backs. So you could injure them
So
in
they
doing
could
that.
have those underlying conditions that
Yes.
could be exacerbated through
Yes.
the stepping.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't recommend it. If you're having back pain that is not being resolved, you need to check it because it could be so many things. Sometimes it's just back pain, but sometimes it's more severe things like even cancer. You know, cancer can spread to your bones. So imagine that that's what's going on. You don't know, and then you go and let somebody step on a bone that has cancer. So there could be adverse effects. If you have pain that is not resolving, you need to go to the hospital to have it checked.
Oh, okay. Do you I want to go back to the intimacy aspect of it just to talk a bit about it. You think there are certain massage exercise techniques that can increase sexual desire or arouse sexual desire?
I'm sure there are, but I can't tell what they
What?
are. I'm very sure they are, but you know, these things are very relative. Something will work for one person, it may not necessarily work for the other. So what I always say is, you know, you and your partner need to research on each other.
Is it possible for we and our partners to come to Nova Wellness for a consultation in relation to intimacy and
Not in
sexual
relation to
well-being?
intimacy. No, we do
Maybe
couples
okay,
massage.
okay, couples massage.
Yes, we do couples massage. So, yes, a husband and wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, sisters, friends come in, and then we do the consultation, and then the massage therapist would give them the massage that they require. But we don't go into people's intimacy and all of that at the spa. No, we just do the massage therapy. And we don't do, even if a couple comes in, we don't do a central massage for them. It's either a Swedish deep tissue
tissue.
or hot stone massage.
Hot stone massage. Which okay. Could you talk a bit about the hot stone?
So with the hot stone massage, it comes together with either the deep tissue or the Swedish. So as they do the massage, we have these stones that are warmed.
Oh, okay.
So there are particular places that we will put the stones, the hot stone, to kind of help sensitize the nerves again. So we do hot stone massage a lot for people who've had stroke, for instance, because after the stroke, certain parts of their body or their muscles may not be as active. So we would use a hot stone in addition to the deep tissue massage just to help activate these things again.
Okay. Okay, we are taking in questions. So the floor is open for questions. You can send them through the comment section under our YouTube platform, also on Facebook and on Twitter. That is X, now known as X. I'll be on standby waiting for questions for Doc here to help us dissect and answer them. Doc, I want to know, in your 13 years of practice, how is the landscape here in Ghana compared to, let's say, the Western world? I know that you had your education in the US and all that. So practicing there and then here, what is the differences? What is something that you wish would be improved in the field?
So I would say the biggest difference practicing here and in the US is the fact that in the US, most people's health or chiropractic treatments are covered by insurance. So it makes it affordable for a lot of people, especially the middle working class. You know, they need this the most because they are sitting for long hours, driving for long hours. And so most people's insurance companies would have benefits so that they can have these treatments. But when we come here to Ghana, most insurances do not cover what we do. So it makes it a bit more challenging for a lot more people to be able to do these things. But that is what most people middle-aged need the most, because you're standing for hours, you're sitting for hours, poor posture. So I think that as we're getting better, most people didn't know about chiropractic when I started working in Ghana.
Yeah.
But now it's a bit more popular, it's a bit more known. So I think that as we continue and we're improving our healthcare systems with time, I believe we'll get to a point where more insurance companies are covering this so that a lot more people can take advantage of it.
Okay. Are there some certain postures, for especially for someone like me who sits a lot, that you would advise against, and which ones would you also recommend to help our backs?
So when it comes to sitting, I always say imagine that you're sitting and your spine is erect. You are not bent over, or you are not, extending your back. Your spine should be maintained as neutral as possible while sitting. So with that, it may not even matter what chair you're sitting in. You don't need any expensive chair, any high-end ergonomic chair, but the basic premise or the basic principle is to make sure that your spine is one straight line and you are not bent to the left or to the right or forward or extending backwards, and you just maintain that neutral spine posture.
Okay, so sit like this.
I mean, I think you are extending a bit. So,
okay.
yeah, you would have to sit with your back towards the back of the chair, and then you maintain that straight posture. The chairs we're sitting in are a bit difficult to demonstrate. But yeah.
Okay. What about walking?
Walking. What about walking? How to walk?
Yeah, sometimes some people may walk and then slouch. Is there in any way going to affect your spine if you are walking and you're walking like this?
Yes, so again, keeping your spine upright and neutral as much as you can, and not walking with a bent back or a slouched back. You need to always maintain the spine in a neutral position, even when walking or standing. Same thing with standing. If you're standing and your shoulders are rolled forward over time, you start to develop back pain, headaches, neck pain. So you need to always imagine that you're keeping your spine in neutral position, and straight.
Okay. Do you have any final words for us?
Final words, I would say, let's all do what we can to maintain a healthy life, because your life is only one, and you have to take care of it. It's no doctor's responsibility to take care of you. So let's do the right things, eat well, exercise, rest, drink a lot of water, and get your spine adjusted.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc, for joining us on this segment. Viewers, we are wrapping up, and I hope that you joined us on our YouTube platforms and also on Facebook and X. Once again, we are live on GraphicOnlineTV, that's on YouTube, and on Facebook at Daily Graphic Ghana, also on X at Daily Graphic Ghana. The Mirror newspaper is also available on your newsstands every Saturday. We are also live on the Facebook at the Mirror newspaper. Okay, so see you again at our next segment, which would be next week. Thank you. Did you cut?
Okay.
There were no questions.
No questions.
Okay. All right.
We are trying to wrap up so that we can finish fast.